Charles, welcome to the Startup Van.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. I guess we're rolling around the area. What's going
Absolutely,
on?
yeah.
What's going on?
You're the second interview this morning now. So
Oh, wow. Cool.
we know you were waiting for a little bit, so sorry about that.
That's cool, man. It's, we got to be flexible. It's our
that's
business.
it.
So
Tell us about ATADATA and what you guys do.
Well, we have a really unique enterprise play in the software space. So we're doing some things that haven't been done before, which is, total compute portability between on-premise and cloud. So everyone talks about hybrid IT. Everybody talks about cloud. Cloud's a big buzzword. What does that mean? Well, it used to mean we're just building small applications and hosting them on a cloud platform. Well, what's happening now is enterprises are adopting cloud, right? You're talking about the large Fortune 10, Fortune 50 companies pivoting.
Yeah.
So how are they getting there? Well, up until now, the technology that was built can't support those type of heavy transactional databases like SAP, Oracle. So our product was designed years ago to specifically solve that challenge. So up until recently, we were just waiting for the industry to catch up with us. So thankfully, they're starting to say, hey, we want to go to the cloud. How do we get there? And then we've been positioning ourselves with some of the larger cloud providers. You may have heard of Amazon, Google, Azure.
We've heard of them.
Yeah. And now they're saying, those are the guys.
That's
so
pretty cool.
if you want to come to Azure, you want to come to AWS, you want to come to Google, and you're bringing your heavy loads, systems, talk to these guys in Atlanta. So
what led you to do that? So what was the tipping point where you just had to go off and develop this?
Well, the tipping point was, my background, I started in transformation.
Okay.
So I've been doing heavy data center moves and migrations for, all the years that business has been going on. So we designed our product based on our experience. Our experience was spending weekends away from our families, sleeping on floors in the data center, eating pizzas and beer in the data center, which is inappropriate. I'm sure someone of the guys listening to this will probably know. We were thrown out of many data centers many times for eating. But essentially, we spent so many hours and time away, using technology that just wasn't suited for this. And I decided, man, I have all this experience, so let me just go out on my own and try to figure out a better way to do it. And that's what we did.
So you're at 29, it was actually 29 staff at the minute?
Correct. Currently,
but not in Atlanta. They're kind of
not in Atlanta. We're all spread out globally. So we have our office in India. We have an office in Argentina. We have our office in UK, and we have an office here in Atlanta, which is where our operations headquarters are.
There's a lot of traveling for you.
Not as much. I mean, we do a lot of remote stuff, but I've been known to get on a plane now and then, so it's not too bad. I haven't been over to India yet. I haven't been over to Argentina. We actually hired our entire team over the phone.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
So
I've never met these guys. We've been together over 4 years, and I've never met
Really?
people. Yes.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy, but that's what the world is. The world's growing.
Yeah.
It's different, and it's a testament to trust and finding people to believe in what you're doing. Your workspace does not need to be confined to a startup bus, gentlemen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's why we moved to London, opened up a studio.
Exactly. But no, seriously, that's the future, and that's what's really the world is changing. As people are shifting to, kind of moving closer to their comfort zone, the world's not allowing you to do that, right? Infrastructure's everywhere, the cloud's everywhere, compute's everywhere, people everywhere. So we use our collaboration tools, and we work 24/7.
It's not easy, obviously for a company even say based in Atlanta, looking after other states across the US.
That's true.
So globally.
Yes.
Well, it must be a handful of times.
It is. I mean, I've had a few gray hairs, working.
Well, you hide them well.
Yeah, well, they're buried in there. I shaved that part off. But yeah, actually, what we do is, we have a bunch of great guys. That took us a while to build a team, and very hardworking. Understand what our messaging, understand our revolution. As I told you before the interview, what we're trying to do when you're trying to transform a business, when you're trying to transform an industry, you need these types of people, and we have them, and that's what made the distance much smaller for us.
We had conversations a couple of weeks ago with a guy who's trying to change how large corporates and large enterprises deal with younger companies and startups and scale-ups, and it can be quite difficult, as in it can take a year to sign a contract.
Yeah.
Payment terms are bad. what's your experience dealing with large corporates?
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean,
Is that what's causing the grey hair?
Probably. I mean, you can get a verbal authorization. Customer says, yeah, we're ready to do business, ready to start.
Yeah.
And then you get a contract. And of course, a lot of those contracts aren't written for startups. It isn't written to protect us.
Yeah.
It's really written to protect them.
Of course.
And they're in our identification. So, we spend, we're very particular about that. We have great lawyers, and you're going to need those when you're doing this type of business, and we invested in that. And that's how we were able to get to it. But you're right, the windows are extremely long, and we can have an opportunity ready to go, and we won't start business for 3-4 months later. And when you're a small startup bootstrapped,
you need it to be moving like that.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, the good thing with us and where we've been pivoting with the enterprise, we've had some great traction with some of the major cloud platforms, and they've been giving us customers and walking us into clients.
Okay.
So although we don't have a big sales team, we have kind of a big brother kind of approach where they're walking us into ops and giving us immediate credibility.
Okay, well, let's go then.
Absolutely.
As you know, myself and Graham don't let anyone out of the van without giving advice to
Right.
either scale-ups or startups.
Okay.
So, what advice can you give?
Well, because I've had some success, I talk to a lot of guys who are in the same position. So what I always tell them is care about what you do more than you care about the outcome. Right? I didn't get in this to be rich. I didn't get in this to be famous.
Yeah.
I got into it to solve a real problem that meant something for me.
Yeah.
And if it matters to you, it doesn't really matter what you do. Right? It doesn't matter what you do every day if you care about what you do. So that's the first thing. Care about what you do. It has to be important to you.
Yeah.
Listen, but discern who you listen to.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of people that say, why do you want to do this?
You definitely need to know who to listen to.
Yes.
A lot of noise.
A lot of white noise. It's like, and you can't really, pay attention to the goal. So sometimes yourself is going to be the only person that believes in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to that inside voice. But you also have to listen to the voices when there's something right in front of you that you can't see. So listen to the people that have done it before. Get a good mentor.
Yeah.
That's always important. So you can bounce my ideas off of, because being an entrepreneur is a lonely business.
Yeah, no, it is.
Even even if you have a partner, sometimes your partner won't listen to what you say because you've heard the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
So you have to internalize it, and it gets very lonely. So and then you can't, in many cases, because you're the inspiration, it's hard. You cannot display any weakness or doubt, because that will trickle down to the organization. So you're going to need someone to listen to. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your your partner, your friend, your dad, your mom, someone. But there has to be someone in there that can listen to you cry on the days you need to cry, away from
on a daily basis.
Correct. Every day. I mean, sometimes I don't sleep. I wake up in the night and I'm dreaming about work. So it happens. And most importantly to me is own your business, keep your interests, keep your equity.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of folks that want to, especially when your idea starts to go,
Yeah.
there are going to be a lot of folks that want to take a chunk out of your hard work. So
That's a good one, actually, because we've come across a lot of companies that at the beginning, when they first set up, there's no value on the company as such, right?
Yep.
So it's so easy to give away a percentage for money, to raise a bit of money at the beginning, rather than kind of hustling away and holding on to the majority of it for yourself, because you will be sorry down the road that you gave so much away when you shouldn't have.
Especially in the beginning, and such a low valuation, right? As it grows, then you're realizing you're carrying a person who can't even contribute to the outcome anymore, but he has a huge chunk, and you need that money to raise around, and maybe they're not willing to do that. Then what happens to the business? The business is strangled. Then you basically went down with the ship. So
it's kind of though being stuck between a rock and a hard place at the beginning, because you need that money, you might need that person on board as well, and the percentage you're giving away at the beginning, 6 months, a year down the line, you just don't know what it's worth.
You don't know.
Absolutely, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
This kid that came to see Mark and I, genius kid, real hustler. So we started talking about, the business, and he said, oh, well, I gave away 1% equity to this guy. And we go, why? Oh, well, he charges 1% equity for an email intro.
Wow.
So he took 1% off this kid who's a genius, because he introed him to a development company.
Wow.
Which could have been done by a quick Google search.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
it's just about being careful, isn't it?
No, it is. And do you know what? we could sit here all day with you chatting away.
Yeah, I'd love to.
You know,
Love to.
but we just want to thank you so much for getting in the van.
We appreciate
Yeah, we
it.
appreciate
man.
it.
I
Next
appreciate
time we're in
it.
Atlanta, we'll have a catch up.
Oh man, we got to do something outside of the van.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
We'll get you to the studio in London.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so
and
I'm in
you get
London.
you get to meet your people in London as well.
All right, that'll be a good thing. So I got to make a reason to go to London now. This might be it.
That's it. Win-win. Thank you
brother.
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
being, guys. Thanks for having me.